Question number 5. Some of the citizens are disgruntled about the county buying property, especially during a recession time. So please explain to me the need to buy a golf course?
That has come up quite often. And when that golf course was purchased back in 2007, of course, we were not in a recession. And we were one of the fastest growing counties in the entire nation. And for Henry County, our county seat is the city of McDonough. All administrative services have to take place in the city limits of McDonough.
But inside the city limits?
Yes.
So they can't be outside? Okay.
No, it has to be inside the city limits, and that's mandated by law. And as you look at the rapidly shrinking land masses, large tracts of land within the city, they were drying up pretty quickly. And so this opportunity came to us to purchase property that was contiguous to the administration building. We didn't buy a golf course, we bought land.
See, when you use that word contiguous, I went to Georgia Tech, I can't use those big words. All that means is it was land right next to all the other property that you already have. So you really weren't buying a golf course, you were buying the raw land.
Exactly.
The land, it happened to have a golf course on it.
It happened to have a golf course on it. Because as we're looking toward the future again, and this was, prior to the recession, in a fast-growing county, we're trying to keep pace with the growth, but look toward the future and make sure that commissioners in the future would have the opportunity to add the administrative services necessary for the growth of the population within the county. We know that the current court facilities on McDonough Square are at some point going to have to be moved when our population doubles. And so keeping all those things in mind, you have a tract of land that connects to your current tract of land between two interchanges right inside the city of McDonough, the city limits of McDonough, to comply with the law, and it would provide an opportunity in the future to move all your court services out there. It would connect to the sheriff's department. It provides additional land for the expansion of the jail, because unfortunately, when you expand in your population, those things expand along with it.
Well, sure, if you double your population, you're going to basically have to double the need for fire and police and unfortunately jails.
Yes.
And things like that. I know we'll work on trying to make it smaller if at all possible, but still, you're going to have more need for those things.
Exactly. So keeping that in mind, that land was ideal for us to purchase for the future needs of the county. It happened to have a golf course on it. So we paid for half of the land using SPLOST dollars, and the remainder of it will be paid for in a future SPLOST program. And right now we're paying just the interest payment on the land, but instead of it sitting there and just overgrowing, it was better to go ahead and lease that and get some kind of income, so we had some money coming back into the county. And so it's operating as a golf course, but it's leased out to a company, but we are recovering some of the interest that we're paying on the balance of that property. But we could leave it sitting there and let it overgrow or whatever, but it made more sense to at least recoup some money off of it. And also, we'd like for Mercer to expand. They're currently at capacity with their student population, and there has been some discussion about the possibility of them expanding their campus. And of course, backing right up to that property would be an ideal location for them to continue their expansion. And so hopefully, as we turn the tide in this economy, that conversation will come up again.
Well, the decision for that was made really before the economy really went back.
It did. I mean, if that came up today, absolutely not. We would not do that. That was where we were at the time, and we didn't really see this looming. And I had made the comment, and somebody sort of rolled their eyes when I said it, but if we had the ability in 2007 to predict a worldwide global recession, then we probably wouldn't be sitting in the seats we're in today. We would know what the winning mega lotto numbers would be, and we would all be multimillionaires. So, you don't have that crystal ball that you can see into the future. And so we would make a totally different decision today, but at the time, that was the best decision we felt for the future of the county.
Well, it's just like I bought a house in 2006 in Henry County.
You're upside down.
Yeah, of course I'm upside down. But I'm not planning on moving, so I'll continue to make my mortgage payment because I signed a document that said I would. But it would have been a whole lot nicer to look forward and say, hey, just hang on for a few years and rent, and then you can buy a house. Because my mom bought a house in Henry County, and she paid half of what I paid. And it's a little bit smaller than mine, but not a whole lot. So those things actually come up. You can't really look into the future. But having that facility, having that land, they're not making any more of it. I think in future years you're going to find out that land value is going to go up significantly, and it will recover its value and go way beyond that in the distant future when you go from 200,000 people to 400,000 people.
Exactly.